Weathering. Pebbles and sand are pieces of rock. Pebbles are pretty big. You can count a handful of pebbles. Pieces of sand are tiny. You can't count the particles in a handful of sand. All pebbles and sand particles start out as huge masses of rock the size of mountains. How do mountains break down into pebbles and sand? The answer is weathering. Weathering is the breaking apart of rocks into smaller pieces. Weathering happens to all rocks when they are exposed to water and air. Physical weathering. Rocks break down into two ways. Physical weathering makes rocks smaller but does not change the rocks in any other way. When a big rock falls from the side of a cliff or breaks down into smaller rocks, all the minerals in small rocks are the same as the minerals in big rocks. When rocks get hot and then cold, they can crack. Sometimes water gets into the cracks in rocks. Water expands when it freezes. It can expand enough to break big sections along the crack. When ice melts, the rock may break into smaller pieces. Roots of trees and bushes can grow down into the cracks of rocks. As roots grow, they make the cracks bigger. Sometimes the cracks get so big that the rocks fall apart. When rocks bang into each other, they get worn down. Rubbing, grinding, and banging is called abrasion. Abrasion is a kind of physical weathering. It happens when rocks fall in landslides, tumble in flowing water, or crash around in waves. Wind can blow sand against rock. This sandblasting weathers the rock. There are many different ways that physical weathering can occur. Chemical weathering. Chemical weathering happens when minerals and rocks are changed by chemicals in water and air. The starting minerals change into new substance. Many rocks contain iron. When oxygen and air comes in contact with iron, the iron in rocks can rust. Rust is iron oxide. Iron oxide is softer than other iron materials. This causes the rock to break apart faster. Carbon dioxide gas in air dissolves in water droplets. This makes acid. The acid droplets can fall as rain. The acid causes calcite in limestone and marble to make holes. This is a chemical change. Monuments, buildings, and gravestones made of marble or limestone change and weaken when exposed to acid rain. Salt can cause chemical weathering. Salt water can react with minerals in rocks to make new minerals. When the new substances are softer than the original mineral, holes can form. The weak rock breaks and falls apart more easily. This is an example of chemical weathering that was caused by acid rain. And this is an example that was caused by salt water. See how it has those holes?